Hello, everybody. Come on in. And we are going to get started with the Saturday project, which is really nice because it's so rainy outside. And I just love to craft when it's super rainy. Yes, happy Saturday. If you're just joining, then I showed the cards over on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. And I will be showing you how I use the dice. Now, the one thing to remember is um, Heartfelt Creations has some beautiful dies. I've really never played with them, but it just feels like I need some more elegance on our cards. Hi, everybody popping in. Hi, Margaret. So the main thing to remember when watching what I'm doing is to show basically a beginner that you can use these dies. These are available at on countrycraftcreations.com, and I do have these four. Whoops, I don't have the cover to this one. It's here to my left. And I'm learning that there are so many things you can do with this. A lot of times I don't use dice, I use punches. I just get lazy, but I will be using these. Now, the poinsettias that I used are an old, yes, I said elegance, are a very old Heartfelt Creations one that I have. I have new ones coming. They'll be here Monday and they'll all be on the website. But the simple centerpiece, I really am loving this. There's going to be so many fun projects because if you like to do the look of the quilting look on your projects, then this is going to be awesome because look at all the different sizes. There are tons of sizes. In fact, on this one, so they're well worth the money. They go from 3.5 to 4x4, actually 6x6. So you can get a lot of sizes and variety. And then, because that's what made, you can see the back side. Hi, Tanya. Then our elegant centerpiece die is what I used here for this border. And this that's Elegant Hearts, elegant centerpiece. I did not use this one, but we will. So I'm going to show you these. And I'm also using our new paper collection for the holidays. This is one of them. We've got the Christmas cheer, and then I have the Christmas dreams. I just thought this was so gorgeous. This one is a shaker card, and we're actually going to start with this one. So this one's a shaker, and it is an easel card. And I'm going to show you how easy that is to create. You guys are going to love being able to create, especially if you wanted to always make the easel card. But just a minute, Wilbur took something, and I have to get it back. He hasn't done this in a while, has he? No, I have to get it to me. He took my seam binding. That's naughty. And I'm going to show you some tips and tricks. He's on one today, and I kind of lost my train of thought. I am going to show you how I use my shop vacuum. Yes, my shop vacuum. So I have a big shop vacuum I keep in my craft room. When I use it, I will mute the camera, but I want to show you. That was part of my frustration is cleaning these out. And that's why I went to my Cricut, but you can't do all these fun things with the Cricut. So when I go to use the camera, hi, Linda, I will turn off the volume so that you can watch. And again, this is an easel card, but yet it's flat enough. You can just flatten those out, make your envelope. It'd be a 6.5 by 6.5 envelope. And then you have a beautiful card that's more than just your square cards. Let's get started. So I want to start with the shaker card. And this is on the website. Oh, this is the poinsettia die. And I did sell it a lot of years ago. So it is, some of you may have that. But here are the pieces and parts that come with this die. And it's just amazing what you can create. And again, the problem, with me and Heartfelt Creation Dies was always having the machine that would cut this. Look at these darling snowflakes. These are swing tabs you can use. How cute is that? Put your, they have a hole there. So I would use them as a swing tab. you need a good cutter. That is one thing, and that's where I'll go over. And I'm actually going to show you cutting on the over here on my machine is the Gemini, and I'm not representing a Gemini. I mean, I don't sell them in my store because you can get it on Amazon and you get free shipping, guys. And it's about $150, but this thing is a monster. It is fabulous, and it will cut these dies without any frustration. And that was always my problem, was the frustration. That's what I'm going to show you with the shop vacuum. But with this die, you can create, look at this border. Oh my gosh, I am so excited because the things, there's tape there, the things that can be created, and this is my white pearl linen cardstock. I'm using the white and the gold. So that was this frame that came out. And then again, this can be used as part of a shaker. Isn't it gorgeous? Yes, it's gorgeous. And all these little pieces and parts that come out of the centers, I mean, they're usable for tags. This was the center when I put it in here to create a thicker border that is going to be part of our shaker. We're going to do this 2 different ways. And again, these came out of the centers, but definitely keep these. Yes, they're cute. They can be used so many ways. And then I won't, you can use the snowflakes, be absolutely gorgeous. But let's get started. And what we're going to do, I'm going to move things over. I mean, this is kind of like a very instructional video. So we're going to do things step by step. And it's, of course, it's recorded. You can go back. But we're going to create this. And it's going to make your card creating so much. You know what? The Empress, I think the Empress will work. I have the Empress. But Jan, oh, and it will work. I admit I had to run it through twice. So let me turn on that light. I do love my Empress. I would maybe shimmy it with another sheet of paper underneath the, you've got your 3 layers. Let me show you. It seems like this Gemini, of course, my 1 layer, I would put just a sheet of cardstock there and shimmy it through to go on there to give it just a little extra thickness as you're pushing it through, because you do want it to cut. So the first thing I started with, and I'm going to show you how you just want to kind of find out your sizes. Hi, Teresa. So you can measure your die, of course. It's 7 1/4, but I want it to be a little extra long. So it's 8 inches long, and I went 5 1/2 wide. And see, things get stuck in there. I don't worry about them. You know what? Somebody is on Facebook. I can't see it unless you gave Facebook permission to show your name. And I think it might be Sally, but she says you need 2 shims. Oh, she did it the other night. So it is Sally. And she needed 2 paper shims underneath there. Thank you, Nancy. I'm loving our new paper collections. And I am going to show you one after. And I'm going to show you, it's just going to be a quickie, but it's the other new fall one, Plaid Pumpkin. And I'm going to be putting some other companies' embellishments along with it because it went beautifully. I think you guys are going to love it. So we're going to start by cutting these. And you need 3. You're going to need 3 for your easel card. And like I said, my poor, I need new ones. So I'm going to kind of change. I put the warm water on it, but I've got to get new ones. And you know what? I just get mine off Amazon also because Gemini is a UK. It's a crafter's companion, and it's kind of hit and miss. I was carrying the I'll put that back on top. It's not in there. I was carrying the, help me out here, the plates, but sometimes it is hit and miss. And then when I'm using these kind of dies. Yeah, see, but it still will be fine because it smashes it so hard. I do use the washi tape, and that is kind of you got to. Trust me. You don't want this to move. Thank you. You know what? I had it. I guess, we get older, our skin dries out, we're in Utah, and I just said, I'm going to put them back on. I used to get them done all the time. But part of my problem too is I don't I don't like to make the time. So, like I said, we're going to do this all together. I'm going to change my camera down. It might be noisy. If it is, just go ahead and mute yours. Yes, we can put a head. Yeah, actually, yes, and where you can stand on them. So now I'm just going to take this through, and if you have a Gemini, then you know you kind of have to feed it through, give it that push. You know what? I'll just stand on it, Sally. Okay, now this is the part I was talking about. And I've got static too because it's dry. Oh, but it came out beautifully. Okay, but you see these little things in there? And we can either sit here and poke them. I'm going to move this. We're going to cut 3 of these. No, the Gemini will not do thick dies. Okay, I am going to have to... Okay, I'm going to mute this because, and I need to change the camera. What I'm going to do is mute this because if I don't, you're going to hear this and it's extremely loud. But I want to show you exactly what I do because I love my shop vac for this. So it got most of them out. It didn't get a couple of the little tags here, and the reason for that is, oh, I meant to have my new pokey tool, Kim, maybe. The reason is my mat is kind of flat there. I mean, you know how it dipped? And so you'll just have to get those stragglers. But yes, I'm telling you, it's a game changer when you use your shop vacuum. You do want still your husband's out of the garage. But it will suck out all those intricate little things, and you're not fighting with it, you're not tearing it, you're not screaming, and then it's easy cleanup. So we're going to cut 2 more of these. So I'm going to just come back down to our die machine, get them all ready, and we'll cut the next 2 and shop vacuum them. Oh yeah, I'll show you that at the end. I'm going to clean out my die after we cut these 2, because I really don't worry about cleaning out that die too much. But here, we're going to clean it at the end. And we'll cut the 3rd one, and I'm going to clean that die out with you, and you're going to be like, it's a game changer. I showed the girls in a group that I have months and months ago, because they were saying, you know, cleaning out even the graphic 45 dies, the ones with those little flowers. It works so good to clean out the die itself after. All right. So once again, I'm going to take this off, and really I want to keep these because they make beautiful borders. You can actually, like, you could cut it and just use that as a topper. So that is one thing I do keep. So first I'm going to clean the die, and then I'll do my intricate pieces here. So I'm going to I'm going to mute you again so you don't hear the loud noise. Okay, you can see it didn't quite get them all out again because my plates, see my plates? I have got to get new plates, but it loosens them enough, they just pop out. So if my plates weren't so bent, but this is the one thing that had frustrated me. Heartfelt Creations dies are absolutely beautiful, but they are very intricate. They're some of the, I think, most intricate dies out there. And I just decided I need to get over it and find a way to use these. And I can show you with the shop vac on there even more. Ah, well, I tore that one, but it's going to be okay because it's going to go underneath. I have some of their extremely intricate pockets. You know what? I've had a Spellbinders brush, and you know what happened? I'm going along with my Spellbinders brush, and all the bristles went flying across the room. Every single one of them came out. Every single one of them. And I'm like, first of all, I need a better pokey tool. Every single one of them came out. The bristles. So I got another one, and the darn thing did it again. So for those of you that have had the same issue, or if it was just me, that is why I use my shop vacuum. No, I'm not. I was using it a lot back then, Sally. You know what? You ain't got nothing to say, Miss Sally. And I didn't want to stick my vacuum too close to these, but they're really loose. So now I can just, because the vacuum sucked most of it. And my shop vacuum is generally under the table. You know what? I wouldn't take a brush to these. These are hanging on by a bare thread anyway. Very simple. Okay, we have 3 pieces. Whoops. We have our 3 pieces. So this is the one I took that off of, so I'm not going to use that. Oh yeah, I will. It'll kind of be covered. You really can't tell. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold these in half. Oh, when I cleaned my die again, it didn't quite get them all out because, again, my mat is kind of wonky. We've used it a lot. I'm just going to fold that in half. And I do clean them. And then I'm going to just lightly score this at about 1. That's going to be the piece that is your easel. Let me move this stuff. So your card stands up. So at this point, it doesn't matter which way you fold them. And then I've even thought of maybe squaring these off so you can cut them if you'd like. Because when you, there you go. Oh no, this isn't, it'll sit. You'll see that these little pieces might get bent. So it's totally up to you. But actually, this is the piece we're going to connect here. And it comes up this way. So on this 1-inch piece, you're just going to glue it to the top of this piece. This is the gold. This is my gold artisan. So this is the gold artisan pearl. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's what I used on the base here. And then I used the white pearl on top. And we're just going to glue this piece that's folded like this. I don't worry about the little intricate pieces. And the only thing with the artisan pearls, there's 3 pearls. There's a white, a linen, and a gold. It does have that really pretty texture on it. And it's a little bit smoother than the regular linen. So it takes the glue just a few more seconds to catch and dry. So we're just going to hold that with our finger. And I want to make sure I did not get any glue back here. Finish that score line. And again, it's artisan, so it's not going to crack. Beautiful. Could you imagine a wedding or anniversary album in this? Can you imagine? Now my top piece, this is my top piece. This is the piece that had broken, and I'm going to show you why I didn't really care, because see, it matches there and then it still looks like it's there because we had this back side. And we're only going to glue this piece down here at the bottom like we did the top. And I am matching up my little pieces. You can add some adhesive to those. I did not. It's just fine without it. Let's lay it flat and burnish that area. So see, if you wanted, you could lift that up. And I am going to burnish this again. I also want to make sure there's no glue that came out. And there is your easel card. And because of the weight, it does stand up really by itself. You don't even need a stopper. But now we want to create that shaker on the front. And I did have it overlap a little bit. You can, bring it in smaller. And then I used the church off of I used the church off of this collection. This is my December Dreams. And these little corner ones were just perfect. to go with this. So I'll grab the church again, and then the poinsettias. Look at these beautiful angels. Poinsettias were the back on the first one. On the Octagon card. I don't have a piece, so my flowers will probably be the white or one of the different colors. This one is the Artisan Gold. The Artisan Gold. So this top piece, though, is not the piece that we're going to cut right now. Oh, quilt on the long arm. Oh, that's Janice. Yeah. Quilting and crafting are the best. Hot tea. Sally should be here bringing me hot tea. So I'm just going to measure, and I'm going to cut my inside piece because you don't want anything to stick out of this top piece. So our first piece we're going to cut is 3.5. And let's go with 3.5 by 4.5. So you can kind of estimate. And I will end up cutting a little bit off of the seam, but you can also take it from either edge. So we're going to go 3.5. You know what? I'm just going to go at 6, and then I'm going to trim. There's no exact measurement. So mine ended up being 3.5 by 5. And then what's going to happen, I'm going to recut this with you, but I definitely could use this to go right on top. And then I would, but I want to cut these because I want to show you what configurations to use your dies in. And then that would sit right on top. And then I could even bring in my snowflakes. And we'd have that super layered look. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, I just love it, you guys. Just love it. I'm so happy with the fact that I made myself get these dies out and just play with them, because it's not something I would normally do, but I want to step up these cards a little bit because this paper, you have to. So your dies. Let's take a quick look because we're going to do some different configurations so you can see how that would fit. And really, you wouldn't have to do anything else. Wouldn't that just be gorgeous? It is a shaker, and we're going to add the foam tape. See, can you see the shakers in there? The ones that I used in here for this one are called, and they're on the website, Pack Powder. Now, they are kind of light, so I also brought in, because I want to use, this one's on the website too. It's called Snowflakes, and it's got that blue in it, and I think the blue is going to be, you'll be able to see it a little bit more. So I am going to use basically a combination of both. And then I did use, instead of glitter, I had used my Wink Estella, and I do have more Wink Estella coming in. But if you don't like to play with glitter, let me show you. You can really see it. See it on her hair? I mean, you can really see that. And I put it on the poinsettias, and I used the silver. So if you're not a glitter person and you don't want the mess all over, and you can see it on the tree. See the little dots? Those are Wink Estella. And I used it in the mirror of the church. Okay, so we're going to take a 4x6 piece of paper. Well, let's go 4.25 by 6. And that is where I'm now going to use, you can use this back side if you want to just coordinate front and back, or you could even get some of that tree, but you really aren't going to see it a lot. But, or you can save this, because that again is going to be another gorgeous card. So let's pick something different that will coordinate. And you get 3 sheets in your paper collection. So you've got a lot to work with. And that's my cut aparts. The white would be gorgeous. I used the pink, and of course that's those. But oh, the coordinating cardstock, I forgot, it's in 12 by 12. So you can get all these beautiful colors in that if you don't want to cut up your papers. And as you can see, I have been going to town. Now that's absolutely gorgeous too. It's my last Santa. He's my favorite. But that would be really pretty. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. But you have so many on Christmas Dreams to choose from. Again, for the poinsettias. So let's go with this guy. Just measure your die. Grab your cutter, and we're going to cut 4 by 6. Wendy, no, all the Christmas papers are out. Santa's Little Helper, Christmas Dreams, and Christmas Cheers is on the website. And maybe that is for now. And we don't have any more Christmas, but we have one more fall coming out. And it's on the website, Plaid Pumpkin. And you know what I did? I did not cut it wide enough. What was I thinking? I measured the wrong die. No, I didn't. I'm cutting the wrong die. What am I thinking here? Okay, we'll see if this is, I put the die on there and it looked like it was going to give me enough room. So we're going to go with that. Now, it's embossed. So I want, this is going to be out, but it's embossed. Ooh, I didn't cut it wide enough. I hate when I do that. And so we're going white. Sorry, I need to cut it 5. I'm just going to do a remeasure here. Okay, 6 1/4 long, and I did 4 1/2 wide. So 4 1/2 wide, 6 1/4. So it is actually better that we measure it before we put it down, so we don't screw it up. And then it's harder to cut after we've cut the die. And like I said, with this, because it's so intricate, I do use. Hi, Connie. Well, we're just kind of crafting along on this rainy day, making some cards, tips and tricks, and I hope everybody. So I'm not going to go ahead and put the camera on the machine this time because I showed you. So here's one tip and trick. Don't get too close to the edge, which I did. So this is not usable, but isn't that darling? And actually, we'll probably cut this again. So we'll put that aside because I messed that up. And we'll just go ahead and use the one I cut out of the white because that one I got too close to the edge. I much would rather the other, but we'll go with this. And it does stick over the edge some. And I'm going to actually use this, but see, it's going to sit up. So it will be a bum foam tape. So that's what I'm going to do is just use this one. I would have used this one. Let's see what I did. Don't get your dies too close to the edge because that's what happens. But then you have these little pretty pieces you can use. Sally would be so proud of me, right? Hi, Lillian. And just remember, I am not, oh, There is no expert here. This is just me crafting along, showing you some ideas to make some really fun cards. Now I am just going to glue this one down, and it does stick over the edge. This piece, and I'm still going to show you how I cut this so that you know which die pieces to use. Because that's one thing I found kind of frustrating with some of the videos out there. They don't really go through. See, this would and show you the pieces and parts to use. So we'll cut this also, and I might go ahead and use that then. So this one, I am actually just going to glue this one down. Yeah, yes, the flowers will cover your mistakes, and also the little tags you cut out. I'm just going to add my art glitter glue to the back here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I decided just to get my nails done. So I'm going to measure. I want to measure this piece exactly. Now, you can see this is a little bit off, but you're not going to see it underneath. And this piece that I originally cut so I could show you is actually 4 5/8 by 6.5. So if you want it to have this bigger border, 4 5/8 by 6.5. We're just going to push it down because I don't want to, I didn't glue down the intricate pieces. Okay, so you can do it a couple of different ways. You can lay your piece there and just see how it's going to look. And then we're going to grab this. So this was this was what was here without anything in the center. I can just use that. See, that's what we're going to cut. We need to cut that out. So this is where you kind of need that washi tape. Because now I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to run that through the die, through the machine. We have so much static, it's funny actually today. And again, you can use that as a tag or anything, so don't throw those away. Okay. So that's the frame from the original one I cut, which gives me a different look than the white. I know that white's awful pretty, isn't it? But that's how I cut the center, but I am going to go with this one. I really love this one. Let's get this ready. So foam tape. Excuse me. Again, measure your foam tape to make sure it will fit. I have the this inch. This is in the on the website, and then we have the strips. Now I do like the strips, but you know, it's the length of them. They don't quite go, but the strips are so nice and handy. And we used them at this last retreat. Look at this. And they're only, what are these ones? Like 1/4 of an inch? If that, they are fabulous, but it's the length. and I was having stuff coming out. So I'm going to use the roll of it. And of course you don't want to see it. I want more continuous, and I'm only worried about going around this opening of the hole. Oh, thank you, Sally. Sally's been posting all the links. Again, I don't want anything to show, and that's going to show. And I do hate to cut it myself, but oh, you're welcome, Queen. So you can do it this way if you want, which is also time consuming. Let's go ahead and play with these. This will save some time. But you don't want your stuff to fall out. That helped give me the extra length I needed. There, I'll use that for something else. And now that should reach. You just don't want any openings where your sequins can fall out. So that helped give me the room I needed to stretch that out. Let's get our sequins out. Or, like I said, in the other one, I used this one. But it was kind of, there was no added color, so I want to use these. And, oh, let me tell you, a bag of these is going to make you proudly 100 cards. This has a little bit of blue in it. The dies I'm using are from Heartfelt Creations, and they are on Scrapbooker. I mean, on my website. So that has a little bit of blue. Yeah, this long, the long thin. Yeah, it's not in a roll, but these strips are on my website. Again, it doesn't even look like I used any, right? So we'll put those there. This will sit on top. But we've got to put something in there to keep it from falling, right? That's where the acrylic comes into play. And the sheets are 12 by 12, but I already have some I've been working with. And they're also on the website. So we just need one to fit on the inside center. And I forgot to put it down first. So I'm kind of working without tools attached to my head, right? 3 by 4 1/4. I should have put it down first. But I have this one I can use too. So I'm going to cut this 3 by 4 1/4. I know it's very hard to see. Because we just need it to fit on the inside there. And it's a little wide, so I'll take a little bit off. This is the right way to do it. Of course, I could put it on top of the foam, like so, and then we could actually put it on again. But there would be that space in there, so it's not like totally lost. And then foam it up again. Actually, that might look cute. Otherwise, I would just put my score tape here. But I'm going to go ahead and add it to here. Let's do it. Is it raining where you guys are? I know it's raining good here. We need it in Utah, so I'm not complaining. But it went from super hot summer to wet fall. No, my acrylic. Oh, good. If it's raining where you're at, that means you're crafting too. See, and that would actually give you a really cute space inside there to stick. You could stick some things in there. Yes, we're using the 4 dies. I have more coming, so I'm pretty excited to get some really fancy Christmas cards. So now I'm just going to go over the top, and this gives you a double layer of your foam tape too, so it's going to give it a little bit more room for your, if you use a chunky. If you like to use really chunky shaker bits, this is going to pop it up even higher for you. Well, that is true. Who does need rain? We can craft daily. But you know what? There's something about a Saturday when you know there's housework upstairs and you don't want to do it and you're just in your craft room and nobody's home. I sent my husband off to help him put a roof on the church's new for the youth group. And I'm like, yeah, you go. Leave me alone. So they're putting the roof on their little building in the rain with the sore shoulder, which I asked him, what are you going to do? Stand there and hand him nails? Because you really can't do much. But he's gone, so gives him some boy time. Oh, awesome, Lillian. Hey, there's my, hey, I'm building a roof too, guys. So there's mine ready to go down. And you know what? Unscented dryer sheets will help with that. If you also have, like I do, static. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. And I really love those. I don't know if you guys can see. It's picking up the pink. Oh, tell me that's not gorgeous. Oh, isn't that beautiful? The only thing I didn't do was, yeah, you're going to lose a few at first. I didn't wink a Stella. I need to slow down and go through the steps. We'll wink a Stella. Oh, okay. Well, I will be sending out cards. Now, for the top, you can keep adding more. You can definitely, oops. Okay, there's this little piece. I'm going to show you how I cut it. That would just give us that other layer on top, which I want to do because it's gorgeous. But I need to show you how I cut this piece because it kind of took me a while too. And I was really frustrated. I almost called Sally, so you know I was really frustrated, right? So you have the big die that we created the card with. So this is the main one, and these all come in your set. So this was the card base. So we'll put that aside. This was the inside that we created that gorgeous border. This. And so to create this piece, which is so beautiful. Oh, I'm telling you guys, and it really doesn't take any longer. She's calling me names. You know, we all know Sally's a witch, right? So you're going to put this piece down. This is why I love the magnetic. Always make sure your grooves are up. That's not the one. It's the bigger one. It's this one. Because you want a very, 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 look at, very narrow. It's very narrow, so it's very fragile. This goes down. And you just kind of, you want to line it up there. You're going to lay your paper on top of it. And this is what's going to come out. Isn't that gorgeous? Now we're going to take out the little bits and pieces that didn't come out. And I definitely don't want to use my vacuum with this. It would ruin it. So would my brush. Like I said, new plates. I'm wearing black nail polish as a fashion statement, Sally. Not as a witch's embellishment as you do. I mean, you've got them all over your house. There must be something to that. You know what, Denise? I don't dare take my vacuum to this. This is extremely fragile. These aren't even eighth of an inch pieces there holding it on, or just barely. And my vacuum would tear it apart. And so would a brush. Okay. I know, kind of not fun to say. Gorgeous. How am I going to glue this? Oh, I have the Gemini, Kathy. And I do show it, and I'm going to show it. I'll show it again on the next die. Now, this is not going to be extremely easy to connect, right? Because look, you really don't have anything to glue there. Art glitter glue does dry clear. I'm not too worried, so I'm just going to figure out how to get the glue to come out. And the paper, yes, the paper, goodness, that dried fast. The paper is the Artisan. This one's the Artisan White. There's the Natural Pearl. And then I've got gold as the base. Yeah, you guys, I did have that foam mat for my intricate dies. And Wilbur was a little bit younger in his days. Ask him what he did with it. I know. And then I thought, well, I'm not using it anyway. I'm not going to worry about it. Now I need one again. I'll have to get one out of the warehouse. Well, I just put a little puddle of glue on my paper. Because I know, Sally, you like to lick your fingers after you have glue on them. That's a teacher for you. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, let's make the flowers, because you got to have the flower. And if you want to have a sentiment, I didn't have room, and I knew I wasn't going to have room, but let me show you on the 8x8 paper pad. This is what is so fun. Look on the bottom. Look how tiny. So they weren't put down there by accident. And look, there's an angel, just like me. We did have Sally on here, but we took her off. We thought it might be too scary for the season. Now, these are very easy to cut out. Sally started it. That would even be pretty up there, but I want to bring it onto this. You could even put it on there if you'd like. Oh, paper clips. Oh yes, these would be great on your paper clips, because these are just darling. These are some of my favorites. These were made for us at the retreat. So you just take the paper clip. She made little books, so you can put those on there. Cute. Great embellishments. Make your own. Now, let's make the flower. Like I said, I have more dies coming. They'll be here Monday, and one of them is going to be this one. It's it's not exactly like this, but it is the poinsettias, and I love the poinsettias. They're so fun and easy to use. Let's go with the pink and the gold. I know Wilbur does get blamed, but Wilbur did chew it up. He's gotten so much better on things. I'm just going to put this at the top. I'll show you for those. Oh, I got to turn it over. because it embosses. It embosses. All right, let's go over to the cutting machine. From the 8x8, I can actually get 2 sets because I just would now turn it sideways like so. So you can actually get another one out. And I don't always use these little berries because I'm going to use the, what are they called? For the sequins. I'll show you. So you can go ahead and just hang on to these though if you want. They'll make a great embellishment somewhere. And for this one, I just cut the one. Like I said, the static's crazy here today because of the rain. Heartfelt Creations, of course, shows you a lot more different ways to make them if you're stamping. I don't do that. So you can just take your Wink of Stella. Like I said, I've got all the colors. Let me squeeze it. Well, I've got the silver, the clear, which I really like. I really love this silver. Wait, is this the gold? I don't know. I wore the number off. You can do this before, you can do it after. I just kind of get it on. I'm just going all over it. No, this is the clear. You'll see it as we start working with it in a minute. Or actual glitter would be gorgeous, but on camera, it's not fun. Hi, Danelle. So it dries almost instantly. And I like that my paper is damp. When I'm doing this, I'm just pinching. I learned how to pinch from Sally. Wink of Stella is this little magical brush, and you can get pots, and it has a glittery substance that comes out. And it just gives it that little shiny, glittery look. It is harder to see on camera than in person, but it's just gorgeous when it dries. It'll pick up the light and really shine. And it's like a water pen. When you get it, you just squeeze it. And this one's gold. Now the darker colors, so see, this is really gold. You'd only want to like put it up on something that is actually gold or actually a star. And it glistens. So it's more of a glistening. I don't really use the gold a lot. That's why I didn't order it in. Because it kind of ruined some papers I had. So now I'm just going to squeeze it together, and we're going to go from large to medium to the too small. And these are the best poinsettia dies from Heartfelt Creations that I have found. So I was excited to get them ordered because if you've noticed, flowers are becoming harder to get. Prima really didn't bring out a lot with their Christmas line this year or their fall. I was really surprised. Usually you have about 12 to choose from. I didn't have 12 to choose from. I was really disappointed, but I understand. So we are looking for new and especially, come on, we've got to support like Heartfelt Creations here in the U.S. Things like that are very important. So this one is, like I said, this one is the packed powder. And then let me show you. The pack powder has these darling little flatbacks in them. And I was like, oh, we're going to use those for the centers. I don't go live on Authentique because I don't have any paper from Authentique. So I don't go live because I need their product. Okay, these are little boogers to find. And I'm just going to put them in the center. And this was a little sticky tool I got in a Christmas gift, I think, from Janice. That one's upside down. I said there's no adhesive. So you do have to add your own. And I'll bring this up closer in the camera in just a second. But most of these shakers have a lot of stuff in it that you can use for other things like this. You can see how it's starting to need to add one more. There we go. It's really shiny. Then we're just going to go ahead and add this. You can add it anywhere you like. I really don't want to cover up the church. Now for this, I'm going to use the hot glue gun because our glitter glue takes a little bit to dry. Isn't that pretty? And really, it doesn't take a lot of time when you're not talking. Yes, the flower die is coming. Then what happens is, I got some glue there. It will now be too heavy to stand because we've added the shaker. So you can also write a sentiment there, but we need to put a stopper. And all I did for that was cut one of the cut parts out, and I'll add foam tape to it so we can even match it. I'll just go with Deck the Halls. Oh, Brandy, I do, but it gets extremely hot, and I love it that this is the mini one, but Sally said they have a new one, and it's battery. So you just charge, okay, this thing, though, I admit is expensive, but you just charge the battery, and I'll tell you what, in an instant, it's hot. I'm not sure. Sally said there's this new one. It's more of a pen, I think. I have that one, and I have the big one, and you just charge your batteries, stick it back in, and I'll tell you what, it's a nice little machine. So it's one of those, honey, I need this for Christmas because you'll use it a lot. Now on the back, I'll just use the foam tape strips. And we have the extras. And then decide where you want it. Don't put your sentiment upside down. And that's all there is to that. You can even write on the back, put a picture. Isn't that gorgeous? Now this one, I did not have this outer border that we used, the really skinny. So here's the two different looks. And, oh, the two different papers. So I really like this one. This was the pink. And it's the coordinating. You can buy the packages of 12 by 12. But I think you can see the Wink of Stella. And I had gone in on the trees. I didn't hear. But that's okay. So, yeah, I'm getting a good start on my Christmas card. So there's the two different looks. The back before we put that down. And then we doubled up our foam tape. So there is that one with the big long dies. And so the next one I want to make with you because it's really fun, especially if you want to have. The dies are Heartfelt Creations, and you can purchase the dies, the paper, the shakers, everything at countrycraftcreations.com. And up above in the comments, Sally has been posting the um, posting. But actually, oh no, we're not putting these dies away. I want to make one more with you, one more simple. It's not a shaker, but let's put those aside. And what I want you to do is to start with, I did pre-cut it. We're going to start with a plain base, and this is the gold artisan. And I've cut this one. This may not be the right piece. This is not. That's for my next one. I've cut this one at 7 1/4, so it's a wider card. So it's 7 1/4 to start, and it's 10 1/2 long because we need to score it in half. You know what? The cut and boss is nice too. I had a cut and boss. I wore it out, and to be honest with you, that was a nice one too, and it worked really well. So it should work. Actually, anything should work with these dies, to be honest with you. You may just have to shimmy it, where that's where you put another piece of paper or two down, and when it goes through the machine, it gives it that extra weight it needs to cut through. So I'm going to score this at 5 1/4. So this is a little bit bigger. And to be honest with you, at Christmas time, you want your, I do anyway. I like my cards to be a little bit bigger, but this is the artisan. So look at this. It's beautiful. You can make your albums if you had that special wedding, that special Christmas, no cracking. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here just with our base. So this is if you want just a simple, more simple card, but you want to use this beautiful die with it. Let's just get them all together here because we're going to need them. So I'm going to use this big one. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. You want to accent those albums? Absolutely. We're going to put this one down. Then we're going to create that beautiful center, and we're going to have a photo in there. You're going to love this. No shaker, nothing. So, oh, here. So if you need to get some quick ones done, let's go ahead and choose what we want for the top of this. And I want to go a little bit more fun. I'm going to use our snow kids. Aren't they adorable on the back? So this will end up being my top piece. And I'm just going to use, I'm not going to even cut this. I'm just going to grab. Yeah. Oh, it does. Yeah. The fabric no scent. I've used that too in the past. What I really need is to get some new plates that aren't bent. Again, I need to turn it over because this is also the side it embosses. And I love this because I'm kind of just crafting on the fly. I usually have to have something planned out, and it's all ready. And I love that I'm just getting to work with you guys today. Again, I won't put the camera on since I'm just going through the cutter, and you saw that. Oh yeah, the endless. Oh my gosh, can you imagine the things you can cut with this die set? It's so worth the cost. And to be honest with you, with the amount of things that you can make with the combinations, you're going to get your money's worth fast. Now I want to show you something. Artisan cardstock is a much heavier paper than this one. So you can see that I didn't use my shop vacuum this time because everything basically came out. And they're going to pop out super easy when you're just using your cardstock. If you had any left. Isn't that just adorable? Mine too. This is my, oh yeah. I have to tell you guys something. I had wrapping paper made with this. Okay, so that one would be my first piece down. Okay, or if you wanted to save that and have it, oh, maybe we'll go with that. Doesn't matter. We're still going to cut another piece using, we're going to first use this. Okay, I just want this, or you could even go with this if you don't want to go through the trouble of cutting that really skinny one we did. So to make this a little bit easier for you, let's go ahead and cut this, and then we're going to put one of the really cute scenes in there. Or you definitely could cut this. I'm going to go with this, I think. We might cut both of them. Who knows? Actually, let's just do it in case. So that's flatter. But that's okay. We can always go back. And I'm telling you, if you're going to make cards, you're going to be sitting there cutting things out anyway. Use your dies. Get it at your desk where you work. And let's just start using them. Now, I did move my die machine, my die cut right here at the closer because I have found that I'm using it more as it's closer to me. Okay. So if we want the children coming down the hill, then we would take this one and we want them to be in the center basically. Then what we could do is we can take the smaller one, or we'll take this one, and then see it'll be turned over, and we'll have that double layer of the snow. So I'm telling you, it's almost like, oh my gosh, there's so many choices. Now this is the one, remember when you center it, we're going to use that little piece of washi tape so we can flip it over, and then it won't come uncentered. I'm going to try to put more to the center because that's going to be cut out, and I'm not worried about it peeling off the paper. There we go. Okay. Yeah, just a couple of steps. But like I said, if you get your machine to where it's close to you, you're going to be a lot happier. And you're going to want to do the cards. And oh my gosh, it couldn't be easier. Look at this. Couldn't be easier than with Heartfelt Creations, right? And then that is gorgeous. It can even go on the inside. Or if you want to use more of a sentiment from your cut aparts. Can you guys hear Wilbur? Hope not, because he's just snoring away. I hope you guys can't hear him. So we could even put, we could have the snow, and we could put the nutcracker in there. We could turn it this way and turn our card the other way if you wanted to have your nutcracker in here. That's pretty cute, isn't it? All you would do is take your nutcracker and we're going to cut him out. And you would just cut it out with the die so it goes right in the center. Wilbur's sibling is coming soon. Let's use that one. The little guy is, how old is he now? He's going on 7 weeks because he's going to go get his shots this Thursday. And the lady is so funny because she's like, I have to take them all to the vet. And these are Beagle puppies that are running around like crazy right now. So this can be turned into a shaker. As you can see, super easy. You know what though, Sally? Okay, that confuses me because I did that and I cut through my magnetic shim. So you put the paper on top of the magnet and then the die face down. But when I do that on mine, it cut my magnetic shim. I can show it to you. I have proof. So yeah, it cut right through this. When I see you next time, you'll have to show me. So I'm not going with this, but I wanted to show you guys because my orientation here. And then this could stick up. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? Tell me that's not gorgeous. Come on. That's gorgeous. But I really want the Snow Kids. But we're going to save him because he's going to be another card. Oh, we even have this one that would give us a little more contrast. And it would just frame them beautifully. And, oh, a shim under the mat. I'll show you when you get here next time. Sometime, Sally, you're going to have to go through it with me, and I'll show you. Basically, I want that to be my snow theme. I know it. I'll show you. We're going to have some sentiments there. And if you're a stamper, this is a good time to get out your stamps. You'll know I'm not a huge stamper. I never have been. I've tried. Isn't that gorgeous? But let's decide on a sentiment for the inside. We have compliments of the season, kind of the same color. Let's go with some scissors. If you put a magnet, the die has to be upright. Right. Well, the magnet, yeah. I've done it with the shim, and I've done it with the shim on this machine. It made it, the metal one, it made it so thick it wouldn't go through. Oh, I do too. I love this collection. It's just so dreamy without being too pink. I love it. So I'm going to put this down first because I'm not using any. I mean, this is so simple. You can see this can become a shaker really quick. But sometimes you don't want a shaker. Sometimes you just want to cut some elements and get them on there because you need a card, right? Now, you could, of course, cut out the real delicate snow like we did for the other one. You can also, see, turn those a different direction if you wanted to have tons of layers. And for this one, I am going to use the foam dots because I want it to stick up a little bit. And of course, you could go back in, add your glitter. Isn't that cute? And then you have a place for your sentiment. You might even want to just put another frame, but remember these? These were those centerpieces. Again, how cute are those to use? You could also add the frame at the top, stick a family photo in there, and you've got a really, really gorgeous personalized card that, as you can see, didn't take us a lot of time. You could also make some more of the poinsettias. We're going to make some more poinsettias. So I will place some on here after we make, we're not going to make a whole bunch now. We'll make them on the next card so that we can go on. But isn't that gorgeous? And yet it didn't take as much time. This one, a lot less time than the others. But we're going to make the octagon. So I want to put these guys kind of together so that I don't get things mixed up. We'll move those over. And I'm going to start with, we're going to be using this die, and I used this one, the Simply Elegant Centerpiece. No, it was the Elegant Hearts. So the first thing I want to start with, this is your Elegant Heart die. Again, you have so many options of what you can cut with this. Uh-oh, am I missing a piece? No, I'm not. You're going to need both of them. Sorry, guys. See, there's so many, you can mix and match them so much. You do need to use that. So I am using all three. I forgot all three. So interchangeable. But this one from your Elegant, see, this fits here. That's why you want to keep your cases. If you're like me, you'll get them mixed up. We're going to put these guys away just for a moment. And this, I don't want to lose this. This is what we're going to make our card base with. Isn't this cool? So what we're going to do first is cut. One is our card, so it'll be doubled. Then we're going to cut this second one out of those dies. And see how I put that on there? Because when we cut the second one, you are going to need to have the center. That's what's going to cut this, or you can use the bigger one. So you've got so many options here. Let's start with the card base. And I cut mine at 6. So this is 6 inches wide and 12 inches long. And we're going to score it in half because we're going to cut both layers. So we're going to score this in half. It's 6 by 12. So you can get 2 cards out of a piece of cardstock. And I'm still using the gold because for Christmas cards, I'm really stuck on this gold. Can you tell? This is the Artisan Pearl Gold. Okay, make sure you burnish that well. Now, what we're going to do, the die is going to just stick up over the top. You're going to stick it up over the top just a tiny bit because we need it to still fold. Okay? Great card base this way. So, see, I do it this way. You guys, yeah, you can lay yours down. See, if I was to cut on here this way, it's going to cut this thing. So I am just going to tape it. Then I'll flip her over. Down here, you don't have to worry about it extra because it's going to cut. I'll show you. You'll see. It'll make the whole base for you. So it's okay that it's a little bit long. It's okay if it's a little bit wide, but I didn't want to cut it any wider because I want to be able to get 2 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. It doesn't look straight, does it? Nope. You can't have any of the areas that will cut touching the card. If you want it to be fold, there we go. Okay. We are good. And into the machine it will go. And there's my card base. How awesome is that to have such a unique card base? So it went through both layers. I'm going to use that in just a moment. Now we need this top piece to fold if you want it to be an easel card. So open it up. And what I'm going to do is just fold it in half. And down here is where we will attach our next piece. See? Then we'll have that piece that sticks up here in the back, which is going to be, we're going to cut it as an octagon piece though. So we'll set that aside. Grab your plates. And we're going to put, next time, I'll wish my plates were flatter. So let's try that. It'll squish it together, as you've heard. Now we have to have the center cut out. So see this little piece? This has to go, this comes with it, and it does have to sit inside of there in order to cut that out. I flip them too, but maybe I'll flip it again while we're usually trying not to. Well, we'll try both of them. Then we're going to decide what cardstock do you want on top. This one I used the stripe, and it had the little girl. We're going to cut out again anyway, but you can decide what one do you want to have as the top for this. And that's the one I used with this one for the little girl. And if you're doing the little girl, you might not want, you may not want like the snow one, which I just love the snow one. We've got the angels. That would be adorable. We've got the Santa Claus. And then again, if you have the coordinating cardstock that is the solids. So we're going to save the angels. We need that one for our, what do you call it? Flowers. So I'm going to use this one, but I'm going to use the other side. Hey, Jennifer, how's Chris doing? Okay, let's listen for that cracking noise, shall we? Here we go. Oh, that poor guy. I feel so bad. Again, you got a fabulous piece to use for something else. And so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to turn off the sound so that I can grab my vacuum. If you just joined us, I show how I use my shop vacuum. I don't use that brush because I don't have it anymore. It's broke and I got tired of buying them. So I'm going to use my shop vacuum. I have to mute the camera. So that's what I mean with the more intricate dies. Unless you want to sit there and poke them all out. I just grab my shop bag. I know, I'm weird. Okay, this, I think I'm going to go with this side. This will now match pretty much the bottom here. But this isn't sturdy enough, right? So now we need to cut another piece using this. And the reason I cut this one first is so I could match. I'm just going to put it down and match which one. I'm just loving these. I am just loving these. I'm telling you. That one, did I use that one or is it too big? That one's kind of big. And I am doing this one just a little bit different because I found it was pretty flimsy there. I think that one will fit really nice. And then I can use the exact same. I know some of you are probably like, oh, hope you're not bored. I think it's fun. We want it, I want it kind of thick in the center. Nope, I went even smaller. So the second one, hello. So see, the second one is going to be my opening. So for this one, I do want another piece of my gold cardstock, or you could use white. You can mix it up if you like. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the gold that I have here. Just a piece that was sitting there. We're going to move this guy over. Next time you see me, we'll have new mats, I promise, for my machine so that this will go a lot better. Now what this does, see, it creates the thickness that we need, and it's going to hold on because we're going to glue that onto there. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, how fun is this, you guys? I think it's fun. It's one of those projects that when you're finished and you look at it, it just added so much more to your card. So don't be afraid to to use these also on just regular cards. Danelle, I don't know. I know if you're on Facebook, I don't see who you are because you have to give permission on Facebook. And so if you're not seeing them on YouTube, I'm not sure. Now, any one of these, you can turn these into shaker cards. That's what's so easy about them. And look how pretty. Again, I've got this beautiful piece here. Now I want to get the center. And all I did for that was I took the little girl. And the center needs to be the same piece that we just cut so it fits. Or you can even go just one bigger. If you want to go one bigger, that's going to give you some extra room in there. So I'm just going to lay this down on her. Not too close to the edge so that doesn't happen again. There we go. Again, you can, and Sally one day will be able to show me live how to do this different with my die machine. But for now, this is what I do. And I don't want to use up all the paper. So I'll just cut that corner. Or look how cute. Again, I'll have to use him. She came out perfect. So she will sit on the inside there. And what we're going to do is take our Octagon piece. And I am going to glue the Octagon piece on first. But first we'll put our little girl onto the Octagon piece. So this also would make an absolutely gorgeous shaker. Or look at this, an ornament on your tree. Yes, so many fun things you can do with these dies that now I am going to just start doing. The flower dies will be in on Monday, Heather. That shipment is going to come Monday, and it has the poinsettia dies. I think there's something else. And then I have another shipment coming with the snow globe. Okay, we're going to be making some snow globe cards that you guys are just going to love. So again, this would have been a beautiful shaker, and then you can do it as an ornament. How fun is that? This thing right here, I'll put on after we put this on. So this by itself too, without the frame, is also gorgeous. So let's go ahead and just add our adhesive to this part of the card. And don't go all the way to the edge of your ruffles, because it's not a perfect side-to-side fit. Have her this way. And again, that's gorgeous in itself. Oh, are you out at your money tree? Did Jimmy? Yeah, guys, make sure your husbands or your significant others or even yourself that you get those money trees growing, right? But look at this gold paper. Now, I'm not going to forget, we're going to do the Wink of Stella. Again, you've got a beautiful card there. You could also do another inset with these Octagon dies. How fun is this? Now, this is the Octagon die that goes with the main frame, so it won't work. But we could choose one that's just bigger. And they're all over the place, but you know what I mean? That one's too big. I've got a smaller one that sits on the inside. These all just nest with each other. So you can then add another strip of just plain color if you want it to be less fancy. But we're going fancy. Okay, let's put this on. Yeah, we got to have this on. I love it. And again, fingers. You definitely can use your fingers. You can definitely use sponge. I'm just going around that outside edge there. With the art glitter glue drying clear, it's nice, but it just takes a second to get things where we want it. Okay, let's let that dry. Wink of Stella, right? Now I got dies all over the place, but I love them. Okay. The Wink of Stella. I hate to squeeze it. Let me grab a paper towel to show you. So like when you first get these, if you haven't ever worked with the Wink of Stella, you just give it a little squeeze. You're going to see it come out. We don't want to waste it, right? So what I'm doing is do you see how that pops? And then all these little diamonds in the tufting. See how cute that is? Just gives it a little bit. I hope you guys can see the sparkle. I know Wink of Stella is really hard on cameras to see, but it really does give it a pop. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, all we really have to do is put a stopper if you want so that it sits up. We'll put that on the inside just like I did the first one. I'm going to make the flowers. Now, I'm going to cut actually 3 sets, and I used just some of the pearls out of the other shakers, but we've got these in the store, and I love these. These are the memory hardware pearls. Look at these. These are just gorgeous, and they have a pink tint. So I am going to use those. Time to put the glue gun on. And I'm going to grab our die that we've been using for the poinsettias and the pink paper. Okay, really easy. Let's cut a couple more. Oh, there's that die. So you just cut another one to go around it. And I have that other piece too. I want to make sure I get the most out of this. And I'm not using the berries, so I'm not too worried if they get cut off. Like I said, the die that I get will be a little bit different. It's one of their newer ones on Monday. That looks like that fits really well. And I used to have a couple more of these. I did give one away, but a lot of times I will buy more than one set of the dies because you can cut 2 at a time. And if you're making a lot of them, you want to be able to cut more than 1 at a time. Oh, we do have some weather, and I noticed my camera's kind of freaking out. Did you guys notice that? Or is it my mat? Might be the mat. And you know what? Oh, no. It didn't cut through. Thank goodness. Look what I did. I put them on the wrong way, and it didn't cut through. Oh, gosh. Thank goodness. Now, the Graphic 45 ones do cut through. Let me tell you. I know from experience. So my dies were upside down. You have to have the cutting edge down to make a difference. Okay, we're not going to use the berries. We won't worry about the berries. We'll just tape right over those. It's going to cut anyway. No, stay right there. Okay, it's going to cut the right way this time. Oh my gosh, it doesn't like that. And I'll tell you what, you might see, we kind of have a new program for the designers here. And you actually might see them working with these Heartfelt Creations dies soon too, when they pick up their orders. I hope some of them will get the dies and really show you guys some more tips and techniques, because it's always nice to see the different things people come up with. So I'm just going to set that there. I'm not really going to worry too much about taping this one. Come on. You know, that is the one thing with our dies. We have to fight with these mats. And I swear this Gemini squeezes the heck out of them. Hi, Zella. I just saw your name there. I think you've been there, haven't you? I just didn't say hello. And Linda said that she uses foam sheets from the dollar store and it gets them all. So I think I'm going to pick up some foam sheets also at the dollar store. Okay, this is going to be the last thing we cut. So let's do some decorating. Oh, I don't know why it's not liking my mat. So let's put this here to give us some contrast. So again, all I'm going to do is I'm not going to wink Estella these first. Hi. How are you doing? Whoever said hi, mommy, and everyone else, I think that's Bonnie, because on Facebook you don't show up here, and I'm not on Facebook. Well, wait a minute. I could be over on Facebook if I wanted. I should have been so I can see the comments. What happens with this program, if you are not on when you're on Facebook, you've got to give StreamYard permission to show your name, because Facebook doesn't allow it unless you've given permission. So I'm just going to squeeze all these up. Now I'm going to create the center one. This only has 2 smalls. I think, no, it's got 3 smalls. So again, on this last one that we're doing, you can have many configurations. And these are really awesome to cut a whole bunch with your scraps. Kara, Kara, mommy. Oh my gosh. Well, Kara, I have to tell you a funny story. Bonnie called me mommy a couple of times at the retreat. She had some wine. So when she said mommy, I thought it was her. But Kara, I got your birthday present. I'm a terrible mommy. My daughter's birthday was yesterday. And, I was there when she was born. But I haven't given her birthday present yet. So I need to call her when we're done anyway, because I think we need to go for coffee if she's not busy. So for the big one, I'm going to do 2 big ones and a medium. Again, you can cut any configuration. This one isn't going to have a small in it. And I do love the big one on there. But we're going to put the pearl in a minute. Then I'm going to have a medium. So you've got the small, medium, and large. And then I'm going to do these guys. And you can put them together in any quantities you like. And stagger them. There we go. Yes, we have some twin birthday. Do you know what? I think yesterday, I could not believe how many October 22nd birthdays there were. A lot of you had those birthdays. Okay. This is where I was going to show you. So you might even want to bring, remember this one that we made is so pretty. Let's bring a medium. So bring those in. Isn't that a gorgeous card? Yeah, I'm going to make some more of these. And we are going to do a bow. I'm going to show you how easy that bow is to make. Okay. Yeah, I tried to. So I'm going to start actually down here with this guy. And I don't know if can you tell the difference? These have Wink Estella, this doesn't. So see now, can you see the difference in the camera it makes? Yes. And then after we'll fluff them up, but our glue's a little bit. So I put that one there. I'm going to set this one there, and then I put the big one at the top. Again, you can create any configuration you like. We're going to put the centers in just a moment. This is my small. Now the dies that I'm getting for Heartfelt Creations has the flurry things. So I'm really excited for those. And we're just going to tuck. Because, I have not found any poinsettia punches that I really like. In fact, I haven't found any. So these are great. And they're beautiful flowers. to dot. And I'm going to grab a pinkish one. Again, these are the memory hardware. I need to get it before it dries. They are in the store, and they're the memory hardware pearls. There's 3 sizes. This one I used, again, from the shakers, but I'm not going to because I don't have any more of that shaker. I used them all the other day. So we'll pick out some of these smaller ones. This isn't working anymore. And I'm going, there's a pink tint. I don't know if you can tell. There we go. You've got some darker pink and there's a lighter pink right there. I wanted that little guy. Art glitter glue will hold them. I used hot glue on the top one I should have used. You can string these also, and they'd be gorgeous. Let's make the bow, and then you know what? We're done. Let me grab my seam binding. I should have grabbed it earlier. This time I'm going to use our light pink. So I've got the light pink. This one was the cream. So light pink. I'm just going to take 36 inches. And let's go ahead and see, I'm rolling a ball. So if you've got kitties on your desk, this is a great time to get the kitties on your desk to help you. And my hands start to get warm. And so look, it starts to get that really fun old look. You can also use some inks and really give it a distressed look. I'm going to do it again. You can use your bow maker. I'm not going to use my bow maker. And then that little star was cut from the front of the cover. So once I get it all wadded up, I'm going to put my 4 fingers, put my finger right there. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm home. And if you have girls, you've made topsy tails, but put your thumb on both of them. If you've made topsy tails, you just go through the center, over the top, and we're going to tie it. So for those of you with little girls, and trust me, my granddaughters, my daughter didn't have long hair because she had red curly hair. And we cried every time we tried to brush it, so it was cut short. But my granddaughters had long hair. And so grandma fixed their hair all the time. And we're going to knot that baby. And it just takes some practice. And also make it go where you want it to go. Okay. And all little girls have to have a pink bow. And we're running out of the glue. My bone folder is going to take up that space we need for glue. Come on. There we go. Just enough. And then, like I said, I cut this little star from the cover page because it was teeny tiny. Or you can just add some more pearls. You can leave it. You don't even have to add anything if you don't want to. Or you can cut it from that cover sheet. I cut the star out up here. We've got a really cute poinsettia. Let's go with this one. Now, for the card. Oh, I do have some more glue. For, the envelope. If you have an envelope punch board, and and you can flatten it to go in there. But if you, there's a lot of good videos out there to make the envelopes with the gussets. That's how I would send the card, or in a padded envelope. But when I do cards like this, they usually go inside of boxes. For instance, over on our scrapbookers of the Country Craft Creations Creative Cafe, where we do our swaps. We're getting ready for our big Santa stocking swap. And so I would put them in there in the box so that it doesn't get smashed. And I'm going to hot glue this right on there. It's the poinsettia. And there you go. There. And oh, if you want, I just did this center. Again, I forgot we need to put that little guy down. I did that from your cut aparts. And on the 8x8s, of course, they're smaller than your bigger ones. And since she's just adorable, let's use the angel. Now, coming in the future, starting with my new paper collection lines, we are actually, I had the die made. So everything's just been a fun process, learning about, creating the papers and what cardstock we like to use best. And we've now had a die made. So starting with the New Year's Eve line on up. Yes, there's going to be a New Year's Eve line in our virtual retreat box. So if you've gotten the virtual retreat box for New Year's Eve, it's going to be in there. The new collection for New Year's Eve. But how do you lose things? Here we go. The die will cut these out. So you're actually going to have on the 12x12 size only. You'll still have to cut your 8x8s, but we have the die for the 12x12, and these will now be ephemera. You'll be able to have them as ephemera packs. How cool is that? But there'll still be a sheet in there, so if you want a fussy cut. I don't know about you. I don't mind fussy cutting unless I'm in a hurry. Okay, let's fold that up to where we want it to go. Oh, so cute. Now, it's going to sit on a mantle. Isn't that gorgeous? Inside, folds up. Again, you do have a fold here, so you can put your sentiment here. You can put a sentiment here. And I know that this artisan cardstock, you can write on it well, because Pamela, for the last retreat, she actually watercolored on the artisan pearl. It was gorgeous. So I hope you guys really enjoyed making these cards with me. I know it's been 2 hours, but look how pretty these are. I can go back through, and on this one, definitely it's going to get some wink of Stella on those snow. Now you can also add snow, speaking of snow, but the snow caps, and it's no work at all. It's just like watercolor of glitter. And you don't even have to be perfect with it, because you're just adding the glistening effects to the trees and the snow. And it just gives it that pop when you give it to the person. But this one's really quick and fast, but yet it gives you that pop of color. Just really a big pop of color. And then, of course, our shaker, which is one of my favorites. I love the shakers. I'm so excited to make these. And there are so many different combinations, different ways you can make these. You can also watch, like I said, I'm hoping the designers get a hold of these dies. And because we have a new program, how the designers are getting their products so that they get more of a say of what they want to show you and work with. And the dies are going to be so fun. Can you imagine doing an album cover with this type of a shaker? Yes. Take this, add it to an album cover, have it pop up. Gorgeous album cover for Christmas. Don't just think of them as cards. These are also album covers. You can put this inside of your album. Photo pictures. Oh, Denise, I had so much fun. I hope to do this more often on Saturdays with you. I'm the type when it's weather like this, I love to come in and craft like this. So I thought, what better time than to do it with you guys? So here it is in the white pearl. We've got white pearl, and this is the gold pearl. Definitely changes the looks a little bit, huh? Yes, we are busy and we're still busy designing. But before you go, I do want to go through one of the new paper lines with you. I want to show, I know Sally showed you this, and she's going to be showing more of this, but I'm also going to be showing it with more of um, some of the paper, I mean, some of the embellishments for some other companies' lines because it's fun to mix and match. So let's take a look at Plaid Pumpkin. It's my favorite. I'm telling you, it's got to be one of my favorites. Um, perfect. We've got the perfect for Thanksgiving. Now, don't forget, we've got the classic blessings, harvest blessings. So this is also, this will be a tutorial, but this is going to be one that I do, and it's really fun, easy. We have to do another tutorial next week first, but this one is going to be for the photos, of course, that we take for Thanksgiving this year. And the harvest blessings is your classic type of Thanksgiving paper. I love it myself. It just reminds me of my great aunt Thelma, and when we get together on Thanksgiving, it's that old family feel. Love it. But this is the fun Thanksgiving family feel, right? For when the kids go out and they're jumping in the leaves, or you're on the farm. So this is the plaid pumpkin. It is available right now. This is the back side. Cut this into sixes if you're doing a 6x6 album. 6x8. So you've got your sizes all right here. And let's go through this one. And hold on. We had an issue here. That's the wrong back. I knew that was the wrong back. Okay. These are the dandelions, but they're very colorful. So once the dandelion is blown on, that's the little dandelions floating in the air. Then the green, there we go. There's our pumpkin. Our green plaid. Isn't that gorgeous? So it is the watercolor, very, very soft. Again, I'm going to put some of the Simple Stories fall embellishments with this because it's really going to pick up these colors. So we have the year's end of the sunflowers. I know I look out there at ours, and that's about, the end. They're full grown. The birds are eating on them. Then you've got your sunflowers in the back. Again, 6x8, 6x6 journal. So if you're making a journal, that's the whole idea behind a lot of these designs. You can fold this right in half, sew it. You've got the beautiful inside, and then you've got, see the journal? You've got the beautiful outside. So yes, this is in the shop now. It does show pre-order, but we've got it. It's shipping. So it will ship Monday morning. The whole idea about creating these papers is I've got some designers that also want to start doing more junk journals. And this right here screams junk journal. And you're going to love the feel of the paper. It's still it's still the vellum. It is a vellum paper. I get a lot of people emailing me and saying, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Trust me, I know it is vellum. It is a watercolor vellum. And this is Plaid Pumpkin by Country Craft Creations. This is mine. So this is Plaid Pumpkin. And you have the Darling cut aparts. These we don't have the die yet for to cut. So these you do have the fussy cutting, but hey, fussy cutting is fun, right? Now we've got that touch of lavender. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, love it. Okay, tags. So this does come 8 by 8, and I don't have it with me, but the tags are smaller. How cute is this to put on the baskets of bread for your neighbors? Or you can use the smaller ones. Make your gift bags. Look at this. That's the Farmer's Almanac. That neighborhood gift, maybe you're going to put out on their porch, or if you take them a home baked pie. It's really time to get out there and start celebrating our neighbors and our families. And I am so excited about this paper because it's going to be just gorgeous. The gift tags. There's the back. And there's our fall wreaths, white pumpkins. So the leaves are falling, everything's going down. You know what? Sally doesn't really do tutorials, Denise, but she'll do like I did today, just kind of a work along. Not much. Well, it didn't really get here late because I wanted this more towards Thanksgiving, Trisha. Because I don't know about you guys, but I will still be putting photos in because a lot of places the weather hasn't changed. And this isn't just for the fall, as you can see. Look at the backs. You've got all these beautiful, beautiful plaids. But Sally might do just a sit down project with you. She doesn't like to pre-plan anything. And you know what? I have another designer like that, Kim. They're not really pre-planners, but what they come out with is absolutely stunning. So hopefully yes, your plaids, and this could be Easter, and actually it just might coordinate with one we're creating for Easter. Again, you've got your 6x6, and you've got the dandelions just in the grayscale. Ray, this one is plaid pumpkin. It's mine, countrycraftcreations.com. And then we have another one, again, 6x8, and you've got your 6x4 down here. This one is plaid pumpkin. Farmer's Almanac. Oh, just love it. And then our main page, which is, again, the whole idea is you have that 12x12 frame that you're going to be changing out. So if this kind of gave you a hint, we have the Christmas Santa's Little Helper. Again, you can take your 12x12 frames. This can be framed. 8x8, it's smaller, of course, and it's on the website, but you can do an interchangeable frame because you can do it with the fall. Now you can do it the Christmas, and we also have one coming for Valentine's Day where you're going to be able to change out your 12x12 frames. So I will soon have these all in the frame so that you can see how stunning they look. And we've got the green plaid. So as I lay these out, I'm going to kind of go back because I want you to see how beautiful. Look at these. So if you just need background papers, again, just like Santa's Little Helper, you can totally utilize these back sides for so many things. Cards. Oh my gosh, it's endless. Look at that with the lavender. And then if you want just your pumpkins on the vine, because this side was, remember, the bigger scene. Junk journal. Oh yeah, can you see junk journal papers here? Amazing. And we have the green. And then we have our dandelions after they've bloomed in full color. So that's our show today. I'm glad that you guys came and spent Saturday morning with me. And I hope you enjoyed doing all these fun cards. So really in 2 hours, and there was a lot of cutting. You can get a lot of stuff pre-cut, but you really can get some beautiful, stunning cards with the Heartfelt Creations dies. And stick those in, especially if you're in a swap group. How fun is this to really step up that level of cards? And again, I'm hoping to see the designers working on these, and I really love. So let me tell you the name of these. You guys are going to want to get those that I told you in the beginning. they have a little bit of the pink shakers. They're called snowflakes. They're on the website. These are the snowflakes. So they have the pink and the blue, and they pick up all those colors. So thanks everybody I love sharing my Saturday morning with you, and I can't wait to do it again. Bye bye.